Today, this episode is going to be so impactful. We are talking about 7 simple tweaks that you can make to achieve your goals in the fourth quarter. And the fourth quarter, to me, is the most productive quarter of the year. Hey, welcome to another episode, Sis Stop Sulking podcast. I am your host, Miss Tasha Talks Life. I help guide you to your dream life faster by making simple, actionable tweaks to your mindset, your life goals, and your self-love. Welcome. So this episode is exciting for me. I had a couple of ahas this morning and yesterday morning during my meditation and my time to myself. Today, this episode is going to be so impactful. So I want you to share this with your bestie, your business bestie, your mom friend that's juggling all the things, because today we are talking about 7 simple tweaks that you can make to achieve your goals in the fourth quarter. And so the fourth quarter is October, November, December. In 1 year, 12 months, there are 4 quarters. And the fourth quarter to me, outside of being my birthday quarter, because my birthday is in November, but is to me, the most productive quarter of the year. And here's why. Before I give you the tweaks, here's why. Yes, in January, it's a new year and everyone's excited because we're going into a new year. You want to start fresh, things like that. But statistically, in the new year, you start your goals, you do not stay. Research shows that you do not stick with your goals because in your mind, you have 12 months. So you're more likely to fall off. But my community, Empowered to Thrive, we know that we go by a quarter calendar. So you can achieve more in 4 quarters than in looking at it as a total 12 months. So that's why January is cool, but you also subconsciously, unless you've been using the framework that I teach or you are a part of Empower the Thrive community that coaches on using your year in 4 quarters, because that way, and this aligns with Parkinson's law. And so let me just give you the quote for today. The quote for today is, "Work can be stretched like rubber to fill the time available for it." Parkinson's law. And I've heard of Parkinson's law for years now. And so basically what that is saying is that if you have 12 months to complete something, it's going to take you 12 months. If you have 30 days to complete something, it's going to take you 30 days. And I coach my students and they're always saying to me, like, I don't know what it is, but I work better under pressure. I work better when I'm cramming and things like that. And it's like, well, you may think so because you always get it done, but you wait to the last minute. And in waiting in the last minute, how do you feel? So imagine if you knew that you had a project that was due in 30 days, but you gave yourself a deadline for 2 weeks and you stuck to that. When it comes time, you wouldn't feel overwhelmed, burnt out, frustrated, because your mind, when you give yourself a deadline, your mind is going to work towards accomplishing it at that time. So that's what Parkinson's law is. If you have 12 months, you're going to take 12 months. If you have 30 days, you're going to take 30 days. And so that's why I like to couple Parkinson's law with the 12-week year, which is a book that my community has read and that I use regularly to help me to achieve my goals faster. Back to why I think the fourth quarter is the best to be productive and to achieve your goals. Not only is after the summer, right? The summer you've been relaxed, you've been, outside, you've been taking time with your family, vacationing, and all of that, unplugging. Self-love and self-care is like the ultimate in summer. So now you're going into the final quarter of the year. Now you're feeling refreshed. You're ready to, tackle it. You have like a fresh perspective. And on top of that, you're catching up momentum to go into the next year ready to go and to take off. So that's why I love the fourth quarter when it comes to jump starting and productivity with my goals. And so, yeah, so I got a lot of things going on in the fourth quarter that is going to explode in 2025 simply because I use this model and this framework. Let me get into the 7 tweaks. So you are going to want to share this with someone. You are going to want to take out a notebook. The teacher in me is always giving tips. It's not just me talking. It's actionable tweaks that you can use to elevate your mindset, to elevate your life goals, to achieve your life goals, and also to practice and implement self-love on a regular basis. So that's what this channel is all about. And so, yeah, so these tweaks come after you have identified what those goals are for the year, for the quarter, whatever that looks like. So normally, you've had your goals from the beginning, January 2024, and you fell off. And then right before summer, springish, you picked it back up. You fell off again in the summertime. And so now we're picking it back up, but now we're going to accelerate the momentum to keep going in January 2025. So now you have those goals set. You know what they are. And I usually teach to create at least one goal for each of the categories in your life. So it could be your health, finances, relationships, business, career, family, spirituality. I think that's it. You can create a goal for each aspect of your life. And if you're not sure as to, or you feel like certain parts of your life, your goals are good and other parts are not, you can do it's a wheel. It's called a life wheel. And so it has all the different components of your life, and you would rate them from 1 to 10. And in that, you'll be able to see what areas of your life you need to pay more attention to and what areas of your life you're already thriving in. And I have a planner. It's called the Ultimate Plan Her, which breaks down all of these goal setting, self-love practices, journal prompts, and all of that I will link in the descriptions below. That also has that life wheel in it. The first tweak is set your intentions for your big goals. What is your why? Why do you want to achieve this goal? What is it going to do for you? Why is it important to you? How does it make you feel? And so that is what you want to look at when you are setting your goals. Because if you don't have an emotional or a heartfelt connection to it, you're most likely not gonna stay with it. You're not gonna stick with it. If it's a goal that a friend has and you just jump on the bandwagon, you're most likely not gonna stick with it. So it's very important to think about, what is my intention? Why do I want to set this goal? Why am I trying to save $10,000 for the year? Right? Okay. And then the next tweak is tweak number 2. You want to break that big goal into smaller quarterly goals, right? So if the big goal is to save $10,000, finance is always easy to give examples for. The big goal is $10,000. Then you want to say, okay, in a quarter, 2,500. 2,500, 2,500, 2,500. And at the end of the year, you will have your $10,000. And so this is a framework that you can use over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, so you break down your goals into smaller quarterly goals. And tweak number 3 is, now that you have those goals broken down, now what are the action steps for each of the goal? This is where it's important to identify what are the steps that you're going to take on the day-to-day to make sure that you hit that goal, that smaller quarterly goal, right? So we're using the same example of $10,000. So we know for the quarter, we're doing 2,500. What are the action steps that I need to take? So maybe I need to only eat out once a week instead of 3 times a week. Maybe I need to do a no spend month. Maybe I need to cut out Starbucks. Maybe I need to create a digital product to bring more revenue into my business. Maybe I need to get out the house, you know what I'm saying, and market and network, whatever that may be. Maybe I need to sell some stuff, like go in my closet, put some clothes on, I don't know where they sell clothes, marketplace, whatever, sell some things. So you want to put down the steps that you need to take, right? And then the fourth tweak is get yourself an accountability partner or a coach. I don't recommend it being your bestie because you both will give each other grace and breaks and fall off together. But you want to get a accountability partner, someone that you could check in with regularly. A coach. I coach my group. My community is Empowered to Thrive, and in this community, we have weekly check-ins. I do one-on-one coaching. You get to jumpstart. We talk about desires. We talk about roadblocks. I hold you accountable in a way that you're more likely to understand what's stopping you, what's limiting you, and we do this weekly. And so, as a coach, you have a coach that's going to hold you accountable. That's not going to let you off the hook, or a friend, or a business partner, or somebody like that that you can check in with. And when you're checking in, you want to make sure because nobody wants to. This is the thing: when you don't have a accountability partner or a coach, you're only letting yourself down. Like you didn't tell anybody. So if you choose not to do it, if you choose to go buy the thing, it's not going to matter. But once you put it out there and people are looking at you to show up and to do what you say you're going to do, you're more likely to do it. And there's a statistic that say that when you write down your goals, share your goals, and check in with your goals, you're 92% more likely to achieve the goal. So having an accountability partner or a coach is vital to the success of achieving your goals, right? And so you want to make sure that you do it. And ETA is what I call Empowered to Thrive. My girls, they're going to show up. Nobody wants to come into the group and not share a win, whether it's a small or big. No one's coming into groups not doing what they said they was going to do the week before. So that's why it's important, because we definitely hold you accountable. And if this is good to you, if this is like, okay, let me go grab my pen because she said it and I didn't listen. You want to share this, like the show. If you are on YouTube, subscribe to the show, and share it with at least one friend, because this is good stuff. This is important. And we are really trying to be intentional about the life that we want to live. And with that comes, pushing forward, productivity, setting intention, setting your goals, doing what you say you're going to do. And so now we're on tweak number 5. Tweak number 5 is self-assess your progress. A lot of people set goals and they say them out loud. Number one, they don't write them down. So if you don't write them down, you're less likely to achieve it. But they don't check in. So you're going to self-assess your progress daily. That's with yourself. You can write it in your journal at night before you go to bed. You could do it in the morning. But also you want to check in with your accountability partner weekly. Like I mentioned a minute ago about ETA, we check in every week. So you have a whole week to do what you say you're going to do. And then we check in, we celebrate you. And so self-assessing is so important because you can see what's working. You can see what's not working. How do I adjust? With your accountability partner, you're having these conversations, and in that you're able to now you're able to now tweak, get feedback, have your coach or your accountability partner ask you those tough questions, or challenge you to stretch yourself, because sometimes we don't achieve our goals because we're playing too small and we're staying in our comfort zone, right? And so that's important. So you want to self-assess your progress. Tweak number 6 is you want to trust the process and trust God's plan, right? Sometimes some of our goals on our list, I have a template. It's called the Goal Getter Tracker. And it's a 12-week tracker. You write the big goal, the midterm goal, and the action steps, and then you check in. It's a grid where you check in on your progress, and you confer with your community or your coach. And a lot of people are not trusting the process, because some of your goals, you may not see anything right now. Like, for example, if you have a health and wellness goal and you're checking the scale every day, which I don't agree with the scale. I don't agree with the method of weighing yourself every day. I believe in measuring yourself, because you're going to lose inches before the number goes down on the scale, because muscle weighs more than fat. So once you start to muscle weight train and stuff like that, you may not see the number change on the scale, but you most certainly will see the inches come off. So I like to use that as a metric. you're trusting the process, sometimes you don't see anything happening this week. The number may not have changed. The inches may not have changed. And then you start to feel like it's not working. And then you want to give up. But if you trust the process and understand, if I see it through, I'm going to see the fruit of my labor. And then also trust in God's plan and not try and deter from what you said and sticking to it. So that's important, right? Trust in the process and trust in God's plan. And so the final tweak is to celebrate the wins, big, small, it doesn't even matter. This was a struggle for me, and it still is a struggle for me. So I had a goal to complete my MWBE certification for New York State. That is the Minority Women Business Enterprise. And so I I completed it. It was a process. Okay. I'm so glad that my business is small because it was such a process, but I finally completed it. I had to extend the deadline twice, but the deadline, they only give you like a week or two extension, but I finally completed it and I submitted it. And then I was on to the next thing. I did not take a moment to celebrate the fact that, girl, you did that. Like, how many people do I know? How many people do you know that is MWBE certified in New York State, that their business is certified? And what that means is basically big organizations, they want to work with companies that are certified for legality reasons. They want to work with them because they know that they are the experts in the area or in their niche. And so that's a big deal. I remember pitching an offer to this organization, and they asked me, was I certified? And at the time I wasn't. And needless to say, I didn't get it, you know? And so, yeah, so that was a big deal, but I didn't celebrate. I just went on about my business and I went on to doing the next thing. What's the next thing on the list? I also solidified not one, but two contracts with Elevate with Care. Elevate with Care is my mentorship. We educate and empower young girls to debunk and redefine the bad girl, bossy, aggressive, delinquent narrative that is placed on them by reshaping their future with social emotional learning. And so I've been working on that for a little bit now, a couple of months, and I finally finished the curriculum. It's in its editing stage, which I didn't celebrate that, but I solidified two contracts, not one, but two. And that was on my goals list. And I didn't celebrate that. So this is a huge, so I'm not just preaching to you. I'm speaking to myself too. This is a reminder for me because I definitely did not celebrate, which I plan to do this weekend. And my girlfriend's like, girl, we got to celebrate because the things is happening, y'all. I don't know if you feel it. That's why I love the fourth quarter, because now I'm feeling like, let's go. Put me in, coach. Put me in. And so things is happening, and I'm gaining the momentum that's going to pay off when January comes. So yeah, so just to recap, the tweaks, the 7 tweaks. The first one is to set your intention for your big goal. Why do you want this goal? The second one is to break your big goals into smaller quarterly goals, right? Then you want to write out the action steps that are needed to achieve this goal. That's tweak 3. Tweak 4, you want to get yourself an accountability coach, right? If you're on audio, come over to YouTube. I'm pointing at myself. And then you want to self-assess your progress daily. You can do it at night, first thing before you go to bed, or first thing in the morning when you wake up. And you want to self-assess your progress weekly with the coach or accountability partner. 6, trust the process, trust the plan, right? It's all going to come together. All things work together for your good as long as you work it. And finally, number 7, celebrate your wins. Celebrate your wins. So yeah, so that's what we're doing over here for the fourth quarter. We are going in. We are laser focused. The summertime was good to us. And now we are ready to take action to achieving our goals, to living the life that we truly desire and deserve. And this is how we're doing it. I created my own website, tashatalkslife.com. Go there. It has my community encompassed in it, included. It has all of my free resources for you. It also has some paid resources that you can use. It's just go there, tashatalkslife.com. Peruse around. It shows how you can work with me. It shows about, like I said, ETA is our community. There's a wait list right now, because I'm just excited. I'm not even going to tell you what's coming. But before I do end, I want to give my mindset declaration. My time is valuable and I use it wisely. Doing what I love brings me joy. Like, I absolutely love what I do. I love that I have put in the work and have obtained the education and the knowledge to share it with my tribe, my community. So, oh, wait, before I go, mark your calendar, save the date, okay? November 20th, 2024, I am hosting a virtual webinar, Discover Your Road to Self-Love. This is a kickstart to 2025, gaining clarity and confidence going into 2025. So Discover Your Road to Self-Love is a workshop, webinar workshop that I am hosting on November 20th, the week after my birthday. Information is coming. The webinar is free. So make sure that you stay in the know. If you are not on my email list or not attached to my community, go to tashatalkslife.com, and you will see where you can join on the homepage. If you scroll all the way down, you can join the newsletter. That's where all the information is coming. There's also my community there. It's a membership community, so you can read about that. But yeah, I'm just excited for what's coming. So I had to do this episode because I want us to start to think about, where do we want to be? What is the life that we desire? What is the life that we want to live? And how are we going to get there? And this is a start. So I want you to be well, to have the most amazing week, and to remember that your past, the things that happened to you years ago when you was a child, the things that happened to you last year, and the things that happened to you yesterday does not dictate your better future. Till next time. See you in the next episode.